So there has been some interesting news on the Tory leadership front. Of course, last week the Tory hustings officially started, and even last Saturday there was a big Tory hustings in North Yorkshire where all the candidates got to speak and basically put their pitch to the party members. Now, I have to say, still at this point, it is not about the party members. It is about MPs. How many MPs can you get? And in just under a month's time now, the field of 6 is going to be whittled down to 4. And it's which 4 are going to go then to the conference. And then after that, who then survives, who then puts forward, shall we say, their best pitch, who can then get to the final 2. And then when it's the final 2, that is when the members get their say. And very interestingly, there's been some new polling in the Daily Mail. And they have picked a very interesting final 2. Quite different from what I've said before, but I'll get to that in a moment as well, because I think it's well worth sort of going over that. But it is worth pointing out something that happened at this Tory hustings, because Robert Jenrick got quite a sizable boost. Quite a sizable boost indeed, as you had a former party chairman come out, leave his position, and actually back him in this leadership race. So Jenrick has had quite a boost at the moment. So remember, this moment in time is all about how many MPs you can get. It's not about the membership vote in the moment. It's all about those MPs. And remember, when I said they've all been making pilgrimages to Ben Houchen, as I said at the weekend as well, Ben Houchen still quite silent as to who he will be backing. Maybe he will get involved. Maybe there's always the possibility that he says nothing, doesn't back anyone. But make no mistake, currently, Houchen is really the only Tory that is seen as a winner, a viable winner, and as currently a path to follow, where really all he's done with his mayoralship is just entirely focus on the Teesside Freeport. And even that is not going very well. Even if you take out all the stuff that's going on with all the potential corruption and all that stuff, economically, it's not really having the desired impact, even though it hasn't even been built yet, which, shockingly, who thought that was going to happen? There isn't a running track record of Freeports being hailed as this wonderful economic wonder bringing to the region, and then, of course, them failing spectacularly. Who would have thought? But anyway, let's get into some of the stuff that went down at this weekend, at this hustings, and why apparently this sort of, or at least, shall we say, the West Stockton MP has come out, by a guy called Matt Vickers has come out and decided to go and really back Jenrick. So we'll see. But before we do get into that, please do remember to click on the like and share button. Of course, there's the Patreon page down below. There's the Buy Me Coffee link as well, where you can, buy me coffee. There's the YouTube thank you button, and there's the Pony Club down below as well. And it is Wednesday, so there is a new Pony Club video for all the Patreon members, and of course, the Pony Club members as well. So thank you very much to all those people who do help and support. And of course, remember to leave a comment down below as well. So what happened? Why is this guy backing? Why is Matt Vickers coming out and backing him? So this is what he said. On Saturday, I actually chaired the Northern hustings of the leadership contest, and all the candidates were good. I like it. All the candidates were good, but Robert Jenrick was the standout. I like that he said that, because it's like hedging his bets. Oh, yes, they were all good, but yeah, definitely hedging his bets there. Anyway, He said, "This process really does matter. We have an absolute mountain to climb, and we do a leader that can bring us back in one term." My word. Um, to have a leader bring you back within one term, they would actually have to have a coherent vision and policies to be able to do that. And not one of the candidates has that. Robert Jenrick is not really going to offer anything that people have not heard before. And he's not really going to offer any solutions really to the problems that the country will be facing. And I don't think he's going to be able to do that. But he continues, having heard him now up close, I do firmly believe that that is Robert. I have heard his clearest diagnosis of why we lost, and he set out the most compelling vision for how we change, rebuild, and then win again. Of course, he's a strong communicator, but he crucially has the credibility we need to earn back the public's trust. Don't think so. Remember, Jenrick has a lot of baggage when it comes to him. There was that big dodgy dealing with that porn baron, if you remember that, that he did to get that house built. That will dog him a lot. Then there was the whole thing about, painting over the murals in a child's refugee center because you can't have any color, got to have them staring at blank walls. And then, of course, he resigned, because the Rwanda plan wasn't tough enough. Bear in mind, as everyone has said time and time again, the Rwanda plan was not a feasible plan. It would not have worked. It was not have acted as deterrent. You can only send about 200 people. And guess what? At this moment in time, the Rwanda plan is done. Like, it's done. I don't think Rwanda is going to be interested in reopening anything like this. Besides, we already know we're not getting our money back for it. And of course, committing to leave the European Court of Human Rights, as if that is somehow a big problem solver. But there you go. So that's Robert Jenrick getting a bit of a boost. But more in particular, there was, of course, a big poll done by the Daily Mail. And their poll puts the final two as being a cleverly Patel showdown. Now, I've said before, I think this is Kimi Badenoch's race to win. And I will always go back to Conservative Home that they have predicted, because they are constantly polling the Conservative membership. They have a big, big outreach to the Conservative membership asking, who's your favorite? Who do you like at the moment? How are they doing? And that person, by an absolute country mile, is Kimi Badenoch. So trust me, I really do think when it comes down to the voting, I think Conservative Home is got it far more accurate, and they've predicted, all the past Conservative leadership races, they have been very, very accurate in predicting who is going to win. So this one by the Daily Mail, interesting though as it would be, and if it did come down to a cleverly Patel race, then I will say it now. I think Priti Patel would win. If it comes down to that cleverly Patel will win, because the current party membership does not want someone like James Cleverly. Cleverly, to the party membership, far too close to Sunak, far too close to all, the past previous sort of Conservative failures, while Priti Patel might have been seen as a failure in a Home Office, has kept her head down since she left, but is very, very much a standard bearer for the right wing of the party. And once again, one of the big in vogue arguments of the Conservative Party at the moment is they were not conservative enough. Who is a big standard bearer of that slogan and campaign? That is Patel. So if it did come down to a cleverly Patel leadership battle, I think that would be Priti Patel's race to win. Even though the Daily Mail says, it would be James Cleverly. I am trusting sort of how crazy and wacky the membership is going in the Conservative Party. I don't think it would be James Cleverly. I think it'd be Priti Patel. And if Cleverly did win, It would be Sunak Mark II. It would literally be Sunak Mark II. He would not last long. Um, and I think he would find it incredibly hard to actually unite the party. And I think he'd have to deal with an own internal civil war because he'd have to deal with Suella Braverman, he'd have to deal with Priti Patel, he'd have to deal with, you know, he'd have to deal with Kemi as well, Robert Jenrick, all these people he would have to deal with. How does he do about that? Again, Cleverly has not shown any instincts that he's a good leader or ability to once again unite the party, other than generic unite the party. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and of course, as always, we'll see you all next time.